I recently covered Trespasser, Thorn, and Sunshot, which are all exotics that feel amazing now after receiving a 20% buff. Pulses also got that 20% buff, so I wanted to cover those as well, starting with Bad Juju, which Scuda ended up recommending on my recent video. That said, if you guys also have additional exotics you want me to make videos on and test out, make sure to comment that down below and I will add them to the list. I will have a collective obligation video out very soon as well, so keep an eye out for that too. Starting things off, compared to other primary weapons, pulses I feel like are kind of in a weird spot right now. Personally, for contest mode content specifically, I'm actually a pretty big fan of the way that pulse rifles play. They offer a decent balance between something that kills super quickly, like an SMG, and something that is good at far ranges, like a scout rifle. They're also extremely easy to use as well in terms of their recoil and managing your aim, and if you do also manage to get a 4-round burst or even a roll with high caliber rounds, the flinch while under power is pretty unmatched. Taking a look specifically over at Bad Juju, what makes this weapon strong is going to be the exotic perk String of Curses. With this, anytime we get a kill, we are completely refilling the magazine, we get increased damage for a short duration, and we get increased super energy depending on the strength of the buff that we currently have. And also with this, we get intrinsic full auto. You're going to be able to get up to ×5 with String of Curses at a max, and then kills after that point are going to infinitely refresh the buff as long as you get them within a certain period of time. Also do note that each and every stack you get of String of Curses is going to provide a linear benefit as you get higher and higher into the stack count. I'll cover this later, but the catalyst is actually super important as well, because with this, you're going to extend the duration of String of Curses, make it easier to get up to ×5 for your stacks, and to maintain them in harder content. When combined with the right build, you can get a ton of super energy back. The main exotics that currently exist for super regen builds are going to be things like Orpheus Rigs and Phoenix Protocol, both of which offer up to 50% of your super back from just using your super as is. And then in most cases, you would just build the rest of your super back over time or through the use of mods. Adding in something like Bad Juju on top of this is then going to offer up to 2% additional super energy per kill that you get whenever you're roaming at ×5 String of Curses. The rest of the values per each stack of String of Curses is also going to be on screen right now, so you can see all those. And once again, also keep in mind you should be getting a certain base amount of super energy back per kill you get, and you do also build super when dealing damage on top of that. So even though the 2% super energy might not sound insane just through Bad Juju, it is. So all that said, when paired with a super regen exotic armor piece, you can build your full super before your original super ever wears off. I ran this on Hunter with Orpheus Rigs and was easily able to chain supers back to back when I had enough adds to kill and generate super energy off of, and even if I didn't, the worst I would really end up is at like 75% to the next super. As far as super building currently goes in the game, this is going to be overall one of the best ways to build your super through getting weapon kills specifically, but it probably won't ever end up better than a full build spec into something like Ashes to Assets for super regen via grenade kills. Getting into some more end game content, specifically where I'm around 15 to 20 power levels under, Bad Juju felt decent. I'm never going to hype something up that I don't really think hangs in endgame content, and what I personally consider endgame tends to be around 20 power under. I know GMs are like 25 under with modifiers, but the GM meta is going to be way different than like the contest mode type of meta that we have in raid races. And in similar environments to something like contest mode, Bad Juju feels solid. When you have ×0 String of Curses, the pulse isn't really anything special. However, when String of Curses is back up to ×5, it feels great. At ×5, we're getting the high RPM of a lightweight frame pulse rifle with double the original damage. Each stack you get is going to increase damage by 20% in PvE, so at ×5, this is a 100% increase, making it extremely easy to 1 or 2 burst a red bar enemy. I will also mention that I think maintaining String of Curses ×5 is really easy, even while fighting tougher enemies. With the catalyst, as I covered briefly, you go from 3.5 seconds to 4.5 seconds before the buff runs out, and you're going to need another kill to refresh that timer. So this makes a massive difference in how easy it ends up being to maintain your stacks, which will also be super important for building super energy, not just dealing double damage. I don't want to make this video longer than it needs to be, but as far as pulse rifles go, Bad Juju is like a 7 or 8 out of 10 option. Right now, I don't think a lot of the content we have in Destiny allows the weapon to fully shine, but double damage on anything is not to be underestimated. Plus, we build tons of super energy off of kills, and we're also able to completely bypass reloads, reducing our overall downtime. The issue with the current sandbox, in my opinion, is the game just kind of lets you play like an absolute idiot, even in the end game. Pretty much everywhere you go, you can tank and out heal most damage dealt to you, and most encounters are super up close, so ranged options aren't always preferable when they just reduce how effectively you play in most areas of the game. Those are my thoughts on Bad Juju. Let me know your thoughts on the weapon in the comments down below, and also let me know your thoughts on the current state of Destiny. I stream a bunch over on my Twitch where we do low man speedruns and other end game challenges. A link to that and my Discord server are both in the description below. Anyways, that's all for this video. As always, have a good one, guys. Peace.